There's never a dull moment in the year when it comes to women's basketball. This week, both the Unrivaled League and collegiate women's basketball caused a lot for fans to talk about with an especially exciting and chaotic stretch of play. Unrivaled took a break from 3v3 action for its inaugural 1v1 tournament. Aaliyah Edwards starting out the tournament against Unrivaled co-founder Brianna Stewart, but the multiple-time WNBA MVP was no match for Edwards, entering her sophomore season in the WNBA, but shut out Stewart in the first round, and Edwards would advance all the way to the final, where she'd face off against Nafisa Collier, the other co-founder of Unrivaled. How about that block? Collier doing it on both sides of the floor, fadeaway shot after fadeaway shot, and the best of three finals took on Edwards, got the victory, and was named the inaugural Queen of the Court for Unrivaled. Collier, after the tournament, talked about what a potential 1v1 tournament could look like on the men's side in the NBA.
It's up to the players if they want to do it. You know, it is like you're putting your name on the line, you're putting your reputation on the line. It's a vulnerable situation. So again, I really commend everyone who competed in this, because it's like a scary situation. You don't know how it's going to be, but there's no shame in losing to anyone here. Everyone is so good, but of course you don't want to lose. And so it just depends on if the guys are willing to put their name on the line like that or not. It would definitely be entertaining though.
Meanwhile, collegiate women's basketball is in the final stretch of its season. Multiple top 25 teams faced defeat this week, including #1 ranked UCLA and #4 South Carolina. Beginning with the Trojans, Juju Watkins leading the way for USC, a monster performance, 38 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 blocks against the #1 team in the country, and a big rivalry matchup for the Trojans. And USC getting the three at the end of the half to lead by a triple, and then was able to cut the deficit in the second half to take the win against the only remaining team in men's or women's collegiate basketball to have no victories on its record. And the Trojans able to hand the Bruins their first loss of the season. A bucket at the end of the game, but it was not enough, and UCLA facing its first defeat of the year. But then over in Columbia, South Carolina, UConn women's basketball, a big victory to snap a 71-game home winning streak for the Gamecocks. And the Huskies, look at this in the fast break, Chen to Fudd, back to Chen for the bucket, and just a massive lead at halftime. Entering the second half, never let up. AZ Fudd, coming off a 34-point performance earlier in the week, backed it up with 28 points. Paige Beckers also tallying 10 assists, and the Huskies able to get a big victory. Fudd talked about after the game what it meant for this UConn program heading down the stretch of the season.
If you had asked me before, I felt great about the game. I think everyone felt really great about going into this game. But we have yet to play a great 40 minutes of basketball, so we did have to prove that to ourselves, and we did that tonight. Now that we've done it, we can't get complacent, and this has to be, you know, kind of our standard here on out. We can only get better from here. We can't let this win be the best thing we do the rest of the season.
Teams are looking to stack wins and achieve favorable seeding with the NCAA tournament next month. Both USC and UConn appear to be peaking at the right time, as March is just 2 weeks away. For DuckTV Sports, I'm Lily Crane.